the best teams in the world too.
Well, you need to be one of the best teams in the world if you want to make it into FACEIT League. So if you can't beat them, then they will have deservedly re-qualified for the league. But we'll have to see if they can do it. Again, people very surprised with their placement, but then outside of the newcomers to the league, like Na'Vi were technically a newcomer, but they were unable to enter previous parts of the league for various reasons. So really, I'd say LGB is a newcomer to the league here. So forgiving the newcomers, Envy, somewhat surprisingly, but then somewhat are down further down. But then someone had to beat.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting actually. I'm really happy that Na'Vi made it through, but it's not about Na'Vi. It's about this pistol round and Pro on the CT side. Now Neo's going to quickly take a peek into connector, but this is the problem with this. He's going to get caught from behind. He's got to try to burst out of one side, trying to find the head of Shocks, but it won't happen. So the A-bomb site is being reinforced now by Snacks. He's come in, he's dealt some death to Smith. Smith is no longer standing. Kiyoshima looking to make it right though with that Glock. Shocks helping him out as well. They are bursting into this A site. So 2-on-2 now is actually happening here for them as it's just Kiyoshima left. What can he get done? Got 24 health. Spots ahead. And there you go. Taz will win the pistol round for Virtus Pro. That was a close one though. It's all over the place.
Ooh, is that a new knife for Taz? I don't know. But it's a good start for Virtus Pro on the favoured side, of course. And Overpass is a map where we can see, like, at the moment, like 12 rounds won, which sometimes is down to lack of proficiency from teams on the map, although I think we should see a good game from these two. So we'll see how many rounds Virtus Pro can get onto the board. Envy with those notorious Tech 9s that they are so good at abusing. See if they can find the ranges to do so. Virtus Pro playing passively. And again, Overpass, the way the map is designed, it takes a bit of exploring for the T side to clear all the little nooks and crannies and make sure the CTs aren't hanging around in any dodgy corners. Just as Snacks is right now. He's going to get dinked though to 5 HP straight away. He will find at least one frag. Trade coming in from Kiyoshima.
They are making their way in regardless. The rotation is going to start hitting that A-bomb side, but can they get there in time quickly enough? Stairs. Neo goes up the stairs now to get himself onto those challenges, but they're all on the choke point together. Kiyoshima's there. They're lining up for him with that Tech 9. He does drop down one. Neo falls. Now 2-on-3. Virtus Pro trying to battle their way back in. It's not going so well for them at the moment. Taz spraying away. It's not happening. Bialy gets them on the crossfire, but it is going to be another round one. Or, well, sorry, the first round won by EnvyUs. They have actually reset Virtus Pro straight away. Best case scenario now for EnvyUs.
Yeah, that was probably the most dangerous round for Virtus Pro. And they didn't manage to eke it out. Again, Envy on Tech 9s is, even when you're on the full buy, let alone the second round of the match, it's never a good situation to be in, very precarious. And Envy show you why. So that's great. Considering how lopsided this can sometimes be, the fact that they've got half the round so far of these two is a good sign for Envy. See a limited buy here for Virtus Pro. But this is a map where it does favour lots of close corners and close quarters combat. Pasha not going to find the frag onto Smiths, who will survive with half his life left. So 4 versus 4, Neo with the scout. Taz looking to get into a sneaky position, and Happy might not see him. Oh, he's blindsided him and will get the frag and a man advantage.
Okay, so 4 versus 3. They are slowly creeping onto that the A-bomb site. There are the terrorists, envious, but Virtus Pro, they got the bodies in place to try to defend this. They've done quite a lot of damage so far, but 3 frags incredibly quickly thanks to Shocks and Kiyoshima. It's going to have Taz rotating, but at least Kiyoshima's weak. If he is able to catch Kiyoshima off quite quickly, perhaps he can make this doable, but he is being covered. He's got a meat shield there in Shocks. Kiyoshima looking towards bank. Shocks firmly fixed upon the stairs there. And Taz is going to spot him, goes for the running spray, gets the frag, but he can't convert onto Kiyoshima. So another round won by EnvyUs, but they did make it quite costly. But Virtus Pro, they're going to be having to eco this one.
So that was made quite expensive for Envy as well. But on the T side, they wouldn't really care. Round advantage. You've got the eco coming out again for Virtus Pro. 2 flashes from Snack. So it looks like they've got a plan. Over the hedge does the flash go. And we've got blind players for both sides. They've got a second flash, and there it goes. So are they going to charge? Indeed, it's a 5-man push here. The bomb is down straight away. That's 2 players down. He picked up AKs as well. Now, they just need to trade onto Smith. The trade happens, and Virtus Pro are in a very strong position indeed. Again, they've been drilling maps pretty hard recently, and you can see they've got their eco drill down on Overpass as well. What a solid take by Virtus Pro.
That is really scary. I'm actually afraid that they use this for you know, a best of 1 match, because teams now, when they play Virtus Pro, they know that in the future that this is possible now. And that's quite the shock of that was crazy. It's the second flash that went over that really did them in as they pushed as 5. And it's just Happy left. He's going to be able to take down 2 simultaneously thanks to the grenade. 2 on 1. Happy. 40 seconds left on the clock to work with. They are going to hit a stepping here. He doesn't really have a huge amount of time, and the amount of space he has to cover, he's really got to be running. So he's giving away where he is. And there it is, gets snapped by Bialy. And that's an excellent eco play from them. And it makes a lot of sense because it's so wide, those choke points. We saw them facing as 5 against 1 or 2. That's ridiculous.
5-man push. Yeah, and the fact that the first person for Envy, the guy on the front lines, was the bomb carrier as well. And the bomb drops kind of around the corner, like on the stairs themselves. Just put Envy in a horrible situation. Then they're getting traded after the AK gets picked up. And it just went fantastically well for VP. Neo going to be on the AWP rather than Pasha so far. We'll see if they go double later on. Snacks with 2 frags. Again, the Tech-9's coming out for Envy. Going to take down Snacks in the trade, but see for the price of 1, there'll be acceptance of that. I'm not sure if Taz saw Happy there. He needs to get this frag. There is another trade for the CT. So, the trade's going in their favor. 3 versus 2, and they have the rifles, although Shox has managed to pick up a silenced M4. We'll see if Kishima can find himself a gun as well. He is the bomb carrier, though, so he has to be careful. Has to stay close to his teammate. He's not close enough. There's no trade there. Shox will have to go back. Now it's Shox versus 3 to try and close out the round here for Envy.
Oh, there it is. And that's crazy. 5 players died in the first 30 seconds of the round. It was really, really high octane there. Very high pace to that one. So Virtus Pro now with not a huge quantity of money. So EnvyUs can still get a lot of damage done, even if they're losing rounds. If they're able to, you know, effectively take some kills, like three kills would be really nice, something around that region. That's still going to put the pressure on Virtus Pro's economy to give EnvyUs an in back into the game at all times. But now we have 2 players pushing towards the upper park area from Virtus Pro, the A-long kind of area. It is going to be Kiyoshima to spot it, and trades are coming in right now, and it's going to go the way of Virtus Pro. They've just got better setups into these trades, and all EnvyUs have to play with at the moment is connector control and toilets. That's all they have. Now, there's 3 of them left, and they need to build this into a bomb plant somehow. And with 4 players left for Virtus Pro and good spots on both sides, it's going to be pretty hard. How do they find the entry? How do they find the right decision?
2 left for Envy now. Shox and NBK. NBK with single digits of life. But it's Shox this time carrying the bomb rather than the low health player. Taking down Bialy, that means the bomb will be seen by Virtus Pro. And he's left with only 20 HP as well. So Pasha to try and defend. He can see the shadow, will snap and take off Shox. So NBK looking for damage now. Just holding an angle. You've got 40 seconds for one of these CTs to try and find out where he is. Location has been revealed. Got a double peek coming out, but Pasha falls. You know, finishes things off with the pistol. So an expensive round for Virtus Pro. They save the AWP at the very least. And get another round in the bag.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it's a shame that they didn't get the bomb plant as well. Maybe even seen them actually force up if they had. But they are going to go for some Tech-9s. And they've got a couple flashes on Happy. So let's check out what Happy's actually going to throw those. Because, of course, the play is going to be built around where Happy flashes, more or less. So it's going to be over Monster for the entry here. Neo's there. Gets the first shot. Spots the entire lineup. They run through the flames. They're getting burned. It is a barbecue there on the Monster Tunnel. And nobody survives. Just Happy. He was the one to throw the flashbangs. And now they are in trouble. I mean, EnvyUs is a completely clean round for Virtus Pro. Unless Happy somehow gets a couple kills here. And that's going to give Virtus Pro the ability to take some losses in the future rounds. But he does get a frag. Happy does have the armor and helmet, and he gets a fast headshot onto Bialy. So he is looking to get even more damage done here. Out comes Pasha, and Happy just was not facing the right way. So 2 frags is pretty nice considering, but 5-2 is now the score in favor of Virtus Pro.
Okay, so starting to extend their lead after the initial trades for both teams. Envy back on the AKs. See what they can do with full nades again. Since the days of the Danish Mike's MG team, when we saw them rushing the site with place nades and so on, we haven't really seen any other team do it as well as they executed. Burley with to start the proceedings in round 8, taking down Happy. Snacks will keep control of the connector area as well. And the Polish team are just finding all the frags. Apart from that one, of course, Dan.
Yeah, really key that they were holding on to Suez so effectively at the start of the round. And that built them into an aggression into connector as well, which is pretty safe. So their map control plays are phenomenal at the moment. And EnvyUs, after that, they're left without any options to play with. It's Virtus Pro who are just pressuring from all sides. Just they don't let up. I mean, Neo has pushed all the way around.
Look at that nade.
This is ridiculous, the coverage of Virtus Pro. They have boxed them in the most unlikely of fashions. Kiyoshima's making his way up toilets, and Smith is going to find one frag towards Snacks, who was holding over by the squeak door. But it's, wow, Kiyoshima's opened up the bomb site now, and the two players on the flank, they're going to be spotted. Neo takes down Smith regardless, so now a 1-on-2 for Kiyoshima.
Okay, and he has an inkling as to where they might be. He's going for the engagement, will not win it. Bomb planted though, so that's going to be a good bonus. And I think we have Neo going to retrieve the bomb, which is why Taz might just be taking an extra second. There we go, it has indeed been retrieved. So, bit of money saved there. But again, Virtus Pro going to have to splash the cash. 3 people falling in that one.
Yeah, that was the aggression from Virtus Pro was kind of crazy. Again, they just put, you never see teams like pushing all the way around because the rotations are so fast between. I mean, if you see them pushing, it's because they have connected control or something. But no, they actually pushed all the way towards T-spawn and around. That's quite rare that you see that. So Virtus Pro showing a lot of cool stuff on Overpass. Even though we're only 9 rounds in, they look super comfortable CT side.
All right, so all the T's pushing through mid and pushing pretty fast. I'm not sure if Virtus Pro have got a sound cue because they've still got 2 people in long. And I think they're going to just run straight into A and get a free bomb plant. This is very bizarre indeed. Problem is, though, EnvyUs are going to have to mount a defense from every angle of the map now.
This is so weird. And it's going to be Smacks who gets the first kill onto Kiyoshima as they are trying to get themselves onto the bomb site. MBK with a very devilish position, boosted on someone's head. Over at Bank, finds Bialy, but Bialy did pick up 1 kill onto Smith, who was boosting him. Happy, meanwhile, really making the plays for the team. 1-on-3, though, after all of that. Pasha coming in, gets only 1 frag there before going down. 6-3 the score as EnvyUs getting themselves back on the board, and that was ridiculous. They found the one blind spot, and just, it's almost as if they knew. They completely rushed the entire way.
That has got to be a read, surely. One of their players must have said, they must have figured out where the CTs are playing and said, okay, let's just run past toilets into the site. And they barely even checked the site, but there's no reason for Virtus Pro to be in that position, and now they're going to run straight into the B-bomb site.
Yeah, we're lacking grenades here from Virtus Pro on the counter of this push, and they're straight up on the B-bomb site. And they've only received 1 loss. Happy has gone down. That's it. So really good stuff. Oh, Neo with a double. That's so important. Now MBK's like having to get himself over there and say, what the hell is going on? This Neo guy is just killing the entire team. He's got 4 kills already. Shox is the only one left after that triumphant spree of frags. And the bomb did not go down in that because of Neo. That's amazing.
Some pro players are of the opinion that Envy they rush a lot. And with the weapons in the game, it definitely helps that style. But this is quite interesting, actually. Right, you know, if they've spotted a gap here and they just run straight through onto the A site, plant the bomb freely, and then Virtus Pro trying to adjust and they try and abuse that by rushing the B bomb site instead. Didn't work out on that occasion, but interesting to see the play. So now they're going to be on the eco once again, and we'll be rushing once more. This time with these close quarters guns working out so far. 1-man advantage here. Oh, just look at the greed, going for the rifle there, not checking the site, and just gets a free kill for Neo to try and help him hold down the A site. There's another frag for him against Smith. Manages to reload his gun without a trade coming in. Just teasing the smoke there. 2 versus 2 now. And you can see Kiyoshima just with a Glock going to try. Oh, this nade. Money!
Oh my god.
Just trying to wait for one of the CTs to overextend. Problem is, now Happy's got a rifle. He's got a minute on the clock. They've got the bomb due to CTs, but they have no intel as to where Happy might be. That nade's not going to work out for Neo.
Yeah, that was ridiculous there. Neo's been beasting. Fappy's coming in from bank now, and Bialy's got the angle, sprays him down, finds the headshot. 8-3 the score. That rush was pretty darn scary. I mean, like you mentioned, EnvyUs are a team that focus on... they're a team that are trying to exploit the game as much as they possibly can. So they're basically trying to abuse the fact that some rushy gameplay in certain scenarios with certain weapons is very, very potent. And we can see in that round, they almost won just off of that merit. But Virtus Pro, with their just sheer class, individual skill, clutch capabilities, able to hold on with 2 players left. But now they're going to try to wrap up into Toilets and Upper Park, but it's not happening. Snacks is there with the AWP. Pasha's in Toilets with the AWP as well. He's going to peek out and actually catch one, but he has to look the other way. Shock's already past his position. Now, can Shocks catch the player emerging out of the Upper Park area back into the A-bomb site? He's going to find him, but the frag will not arrive. Going to go for the smoke off instead as he tries to create opportunities here. Look at how proactive Neo is. He goes out, almost kills Shocks, picks up another frag. This Neo guy is on complete fire right now.
Happy versus 3. Again, he's still got lots of time on the clock, so this is still doable, although unlikely for Envy. He will decide on how he wants to approach the situation again. Not one for moving slowly is Happy. He just wants to charge into the site and shoot people in the face. That's exactly what he's going to do to Snacks. Looking for the second frag. And Taz will capitalize on the missed shot while he is unable to shoot. But credit to Pasha there. He saw Shocks see him. He knew Shocks saw him, but Shocks didn't come back for the peek. So he knew that he had to push, he had to force the issue before allowing them to position themselves to get some kind of weird crossfire trade situation. So he went out, got the frag, took down one of the players, and got some info for the rest of the team as well. So good play by Pasha there earlier on in the round. So again, we've got Envy. This time on a force by Tech9's full armor, nades, smokes, molotovs. See what the plan is. They could be trying to close up the A site when they eventually get there. You can see Virtus Pro more conservatively spread out. However, the toilet area they seem to have left alone once again. Maybe this is just a part of their plan. They seem to have definitely drilled this map as we said before. So see how much they could hold with the real estate which they have afforded EnvyUs. So far, so good. 4 versus 2.
Yeah, and the remainder of EnvyUs is so weak that it's going to be a cakewalk to clean them up. And there it is, the follow-up frag from Taz. And one thing that's cool is that we don't often see Neo fragging so much just because of the kinds of roles that he plays on the team. And everyone on this team is incredibly skilled, of course. And so it's great to see on Overpass that he's just being so proactive. He's taking these aggressive plays, and just because he's so damn good, he's making it work phenomenally well. Even though these plays are kind of, if you're not an elite player, it's pretty minus.
Dan, we've got a B-rush coming in once again. 4 people in the monster area. There's Blind, and they're in the Molotov. Familiar story. Going to be easy to finish off now for the remaining players of Virtus Pro. Got to watch out for the Deagle though. Smith's taking down Neo. Do they have an opportunity to plant this bomb? Taz is having none of it. Taking down Smith, leaving Happy the last man standing. Once again, he's got the CZ. We know he's dangerous with it, but it's just too much to ask on this occasion. Virtus Pro extend their lead, and again, we did say earlier on, you can see a kind of 13-2 rounds. We're currently on 11-3, so not too far away from that.
Yeah, an auto sniper comes out for Neo now, so mixing things up a little bit. We'll have to see where he's actually going to go with it. He's going towards B. Okay, so maybe he's going to go towards Monster. It's hard to say. You can use it anywhere on this map, to be honest. It's pretty damn good everywhere. But the fast push coming in here from Virtus Pro down towards Party. They're going to have an angle with Snacks, but he's going to go down. Looks like EnvyUs this time going to get the better of the players who were pushed aggressively for Virtus Pro, and that's going to give them a bit of an advantage into the early stages of this round. But Pasha does come back in. He's going to try to hold onto the toilets, stop their push towards the A bomb site. Now the rest of his team just have to stop the push towards B, but they've got a player pushed. Wow, Taz was just pushing all the way down Monster. Virtus Pro's CT side is so aggressive, and it's all down to Pasha now with the AWP. Going to miss the first shot, give away his position, and we wouldn't expect EnvyUs to give up this kind of a lead on this round now.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult one for Pasha. And with their, through the door, or whatever that is, I can't even see through the smoke. This is horrible. He just wants to die at this point. So, we said it could be lit 13-2, ended up 11-4. Envy getting a few more rounds than we've seen in worst case scenarios, but again, their window of opportunity is small. If they lose the pistol, then who knows what will happen.
Who knows? Who knows? It's hard to say, but I feel like Virtus Pro are really feeding on their game at the moment. They're just playing out their minds. We see all the decoys as well, going in with the decoys, tossing them all over the place. And where do they want to go? They can go either towards A or towards B still. Just okay, so they're not going to open the squeak door. They're going to just move forwards towards the toilets area, see if they can get themselves some early opening kills. But EnvyUs have basically abandoned those forward positions. They are all the way back on the bomb sites, looking for the long-range shots, trusting in the USPs. And so far, it's not working out so badly for them. But in comes Pasha from the side. They're not even looking at the... Oh, no, this is going so horribly now after Pasha's push. And it should be an easy cleanup. Pasha is just relentless. Picks up 4 kills for his team. EnvyUs was so distracted there.
That was a pretty fast round.
All of these rounds seem really fast, don't they? Like some of them ending in 30 seconds.
Yeah, well now we have Envy on the other side of the coin. We saw them on round 2 of T after losing the pistol, but it might be more difficult for them when they do not have the freedom of the T side here. You can see they've got a mix by 2CZ, 5-7, a Nova on Shocks as opposed to NBK, who does have a liking for the shotguns. And Kiyoshima on the scout. Kiyoshima back in action after Scream taking his place in the previous week. So we've got 2 MAC-10s, a Galil, and an MP7 on Bialy. So this is what Valve wanted to see, I think, a mix of weaponry here. A smorgasbord.
Variety show.
It's a stainless steel deli, Dan. Take your pick.
And you know what, like EnvyUs, they aren't really going to be able to do a huge amount, you should imagine. And wow, Shock's going in mid-range with a big popper pump. Able to take 2 kills? Are you joking? That's insane. And now they have an opportunity to actually take this round off of the back of the Nova play mid-range. And NBK and Kiyoshima, they're playing it slow and they're playing it safe. They know he's got a cross for the bomb, and there it is. Kiyoshima hits the shot. How on earth did Shocks find those? James, what on earth was that?
Yeah, that's the thing. The Nova has range because it has a very long barrel. Dan, do you know why I know this?
Because you own a Nova.
Because I own a Nova, Dan. That's exactly why. Commonly used for pigeon shooting. Although I shoot clay rather than pigeons. Shout out to pigeons. But it has surprisingly good range, and some people complain about it, but it's because of lack of education, Dan. It's long range by design. That's the whole idea of it.
Well, we've got a fast round from Virtus Pro. Looks like they want to get that wrap onto B. Now, they will certainly know some good nades for this. And we already see EnvyUs running around a little bit blind there. They're going to go in. In comes the spray from the MAC-10 as EnvyUs look to make this a massacre. And NBK spraying him down with the CZ. It's going to be an easy cleanup, only losing 1 player. And for the record, James, I hate pigeons.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of pigeons either.
You gave them a shout out on stream. God damn it, James.
Hey, well, they used to give you a boost on train, hey?
Yeah, but that was...
I've eaten pigeon twice.
Have you really?
At least twice.
How was it?
It was alright.
Was it terrible?
Once it was nice. No, it's good. Don't associate pigeon on a plate with the pigeons who poo on you in the street. Because 3 times, Dan, they've done it to me.
It's happened
Twice
to me
in a suit.
Once or twice.
Those mothers.
Wise words from the man on FACEIT TV.
Okay, so now Envy's time to try and have a solid CT side. Kiyoshima abusing the broken scout. That is not intuitive scouting. And Neo has, with assistance from Shocks, killed Snacks.
The funny thing, by the way, is that with the jumping scout there, because of the ability to do that, he was greedy in just taking more and more jump shots when they were just approaching him in the blind spot, just running at his position. If he couldn't do the jump shots like that, he would have been long gone. So it actually
breaks game design.
It actually got him killed in that spot because he was like, oh, this is so good. It feels so good. They can't hit me.
It breaks game design.
It does actually. It breaks map design. Okay, we got 12-7 now. EnvyUs are swinging on back, but this is the round where Virtus Pro have a buy. So Neo goes in. This guy wants to just wreck everyone. Just facing 2 players at once, takes them both down. 3 players left for EnvyUs now, and they are rapidly moving towards the A-bomb site. At least 2 of them are. They've got at least somebody towards B, because there's so much time for Virtus Pro to just do whatever the hell they want. And they are just going to go in, no-nonsense push onto the A-bomb site. And really, Shox could do a lot of damage here. Picks up the first kill. Position is now known. Gets the spray down on the second. Taz makes the trade finally. As we have a very weak Happy moving through the smoke as he does. But he's going to get eliminated. It's just down to one man. His name is NBK, and he's dead.
Unceremonious defeats.
He's so dead.
VP surviving with 3 players. Envy may find themselves a little short on cash here. Let's have a look at what kind of buy they have. So only the 1 FAMAS. Money is all over the shop after the purchases. So Virtus Pro still with a 6-round lead, but we saw in Kiev how difficult it can be to find those closing rounds on the T side of Overpass at the moment. Although, since then, again, it seems that Virtus Pro have drilled this map pretty damn hard.
Look how prepared they are there.
Yeah, 2 trades in their favor. Trades all over the map, in fact. Going the way of Envy, but only in body count. They've got 2 sites to defend, and the Ts have 1 minute and 15 to do it. They're quite spread out, though, so they're going to slow things down.
Oh, that was a bad flash, and Pasha, in seeing that, he knew Shox was coming. And that's 2-on-2. They've actually managed to kind of salvage this round somewhat. And but the whole play towards A-long towards Upper Park was actually amazing from Virtus Pro. They had a really nice timing on the flash. They knew exactly how far the CTs could be. They could basically envisage everything before it happened. And now it's NBK's alone on this site. He's got to make at least a frag here. He's got to give his teammate a one-on-one if he's to go down. Or he could try to survive and let them plant. These are his 2 options, but Pasha's going to come in and just take him out. And that is a really big play from Pasha, because now it's a 2-on-1, a very different scenario that Happy has to try to clutch. But Pasha in a bit of a predicament here. Oh, he gets tagged down to 1, and Virtus Pro are 1 round away from that match point.
Virtus Pro's general map proficiency is quite impressive.
Yeah, it really is super awesome to watch.
Yeah, and I look forward to seeing what they do on Train as time goes forward. But for now, we're still on Overpass. They are 2 rounds away from victory here. And Envy find themselves on the 4th buy again. We had a look at their money following the previous purchase. Now they find themselves on 2 FAMASs, 2 pistols, and only the 1 M4 on Shoxy, who had to sacrifice a helmet for it. It's got a smoke as well. They are also lacking generally in nades. We see on Inferno how we saw it today and yesterday, how the CTs could opt for an aggressive play here when they were lacking in utility. Shox with an aggressive position here in toilets, but he will fall immediately to Virtus Pro.
Yeah, they're just going to charge on in again. They got the bomb in a forward position, just marching their way up now. There's the first frag on the Kiyoshima as Bialy works his way around, and things are looking fantastic again here for Virtus Pro, but NBK throwing a wrench into the works. Happy coming in from bank as well with the spray down on the FAMAS, and they're doing the best they can to hold this push off. But Virtus Pro do have the bomb site, and with that extra work there done by Neo, they will have the plant as well. So there's Pasha. He's going to go down to Smith. Smith's full health. Neo, where is he going to go? Is he going to go to bank, or is he just trying to fake Smith out a little bit? Smith actually doesn't know where he is at all. And there it is! Neo's going to win the round and put them on match point. Virtus Pro, oh my god, they look so strong at the moment. And EnvyUs have to buy up with $3,000 each.
Yeah, this is a pretty strong showing from VP so far. Can they close it though? Envy down, not out, but close to it. But it's going to be hard. Scout, 3 pistols and a FAMAS, even worse than the previous buy. So Neo with a timing Molotov there, seeming to stop a rush in a certain area. So it's going to be a push, Envy style, straight into the B bomb site. How can they defend this? NBK playing behind the side itself with the Caesar, going to take down Snacks, get an opportunity to reload. There are 2 players down there as well, so they can play for the trades if they need to. Happy getting a sneaky kill onto Pasha as well. Only Smith down so far for Envy.
Yeah, we've got Taz here working his way up. He does spot the player on short. Kiyoshima goes down. Taz looking to use that spray to his advantage, but his teammates are incredibly low. Taz needs to make some plays. 3 players. They actually could go back with the bomb at this point because EnvyUs are stuck on the site. They're actually in terrible positions, but how much do Virtus Pro want to risk all of this? They're going to go and try to burst out, and Happy's going to get the trade onto Taz, who had the bomb. And there's Neo spotted by Happy as well. Things are going terribly thanks to the IGL. Happy
Happy just Goes into Clint Eastwood mode when his team need it. And there is another example, leading the charge once again. So it's very common, actually, we see Happy top fragging for Envy, and here's another example. But it's not enough. They are still 7 rounds behind Virtus Pro, who find themselves at match point and an eco to boot. Happy and his teammates carrying $22,000 of equipment. Our VP have a measly 4,000. 2 players of armor, bunch of Deegs.
The Deegs. We saw Simple do what, an ace yesterday with Deegs?
We saw him do a lot.
Like a super awesome ace, amazing, awesome clutch play with Deeg. So it seems to be coming into prominence a little bit more. If your aim is as good as Simple, it's certainly a very viable weapon. Players tend to underestimate the Deeg carriers as well, typically. So lots of damage done though to Virtus Pro on this push, despite being ahead on the players, but that's not going to last for too long. 2-on-2 now, it's all evened up. Now we do have scouts, double scouts in play, but there's double EnvyUs players in play now. Has left, he's going to get sprayed down by NBK's Mac 10, oh, MP9, sorry. So 15-9, Virtus Pro still on match point, just going to throw in another buy.
All right, now we're getting the big guns here for the T side. Pasha, no pun intended on the big guns, is bringing out the AWP. And still, Smiths can only afford a CZ despite Envy winning the rounds. But they've gone for loads of nades. Look at the Molotovs on the CT side. Tons of flashbangs as well. They are well equipped to go for aggressive plays. You can see teammates throwing through the window there in the connector area. But it's going to be Snacks with immense patience to find a frag onto Smiths. Although all they've lost apart from a man is a pistol.
So EnvyUs now, they're in a position where they might want to try to take a risk here to get themselves back in this round and not let Virtus Pro just play their push out. That's a problem. Neo's going to try to spot through. He does take down Shocks, looking towards the site now as his teammates are coming up the side. Are they even needed at this point? Neo's going to spray down every single member of EnvyUs. MBK should be able to win this battle. Neo was so weak after those successive engagements, but he's got to clutch it. 1 versus 4. There's the second player. There's another player. There's way more where that came from. 16-9. Virtus Pro take down EnvyUs in explosive fashion.